Egypt, their consciousness was undergoing a major dimensional shift. To understand the spiritual passage, we have to look at what was actually happening to the human vessel, the role of Moses' technology, and how the 12 tribes are designed to reverse this passage today. 1. The separation of frequencies, the parting of the matrix. The parting of the sea was not just a miracle over water, it was a vibrational bifurcation, a splitting of two distinct realities. Primordial Egypt grid, collapsing/archontic. Fill down pointing triangle, fill down pointing triangle. The inverted timeline, the spiritual passage, dense carbon matrix, 12-strand activation. Controlled by Marduk, guarded by Moses and Aaron. Amnesia and fear. Passage to sovereign light. When Moses raised his staff, he wasn't just commanding the elements. The staff was a highly advanced piece of guardian rod and staff technology that could interface directly with the Earth's crystalline grid. The physics, the technology created a localized high-frequency electromagnetic shield. This shield literally parted the dense, heavy, corrupted frequencies of the archontic matrix, the dark waters. The passage. Inside this shield, a high vibrational corridor was opened. As long as the 12 tribes walked within this frequency field, they were entirely untouched by the dense, low vibrational tracking systems, weapon technologies, and spiritual amnesia of the Egyptian rulers. 2. Reclaiming the first 3 fruits, the lower triangle. For the 12 tribes to safely walk through this dimensional corridor without their physical bodies collapsing from the intense energy, they had to instantly reclaim the first 3 fruits of the spirit to stabilize their lower energy centers. Chakras, love, root. They had to shed the slave mentality and the fear of physical death. True love for the Creator cast out the terror of the Pharaoh's pursuing army. Peace, sacral. They had to silence the internal panic, anxiety, and survival loops that the archons, Enlil and Marduk, used to feed on their emotional energy. Faith, solar plexus. They had to transition from blind belief into absolute internal knowing. They had to step into the dry seabed before the waters fully appeared to part, proving their direct connection to the sovereign source. 3. The 12 tribes as a living crystal lattice. The 12 tribes were never just 12 random family groups. They represent the 12 distinct genetic expressions of the original 12-strand DNA template. Each tribe carried a specific harmonic frequency, a unique sound code written into their biology. When the tribes marched in their specific divine order through the parted sea, they formed a living crystal lattice. Their collective voices, chanting the original names of the Most High, created a harmonic resonance. This resonance stabilized the Earth's crust during the cataclysm, keeping the stargates open long enough for the uncorrupted lineage to pass through. The pursuing forces of the Pharaoh could not survive this high-frequency corridor. When they entered the path without the matching 12-strand DNA resonance and without the protection of the rod and staff technology, their dense, carbon-locked, inverted physical templates could not handle the energetic voltage. The corridor collapsed, and they were consumed by the return of the physical and etheric waters. 4. The wilderness, the biological unmuting period. The 40 years spent in the wilderness after the spiritual passage was not a punishment. It was a purification and biological unmuting period. The lineage had been swimming in the dense, inverted frequencies of Egypt for centuries. Their DNA had been suppressed, and their bodies were accustomed to the heavy, lower vibrational matrix food and lifestyles. The wilderness was a clean, isolated environment where the archontic interference was minimal. During this time, they were fed manna, which was not bread but a high-frequency, light-encoded substance that nourished the crystalline-like body. This period allowed the old and mutated genetic layers to drop away so that a fully unmuted generation, led by Joshua and Elijah's spiritual lineage, could emerge to claim the sacred stargate centers of the earth. 5. The modern spiritual passage. Today, the 12 tribes of the global diaspora are entering the final stage of the Great Return. The modern spiritual passage does not require crossing a geographical ocean in the physical world. It is an internal, biological exodus. As the old world systems controlled by the residual grids of Caligastia, Thoth, and Nimrod begin to fracture, the true chosen people are waking up worldwide. By intentionally tuning into the original frequencies, 528 Hz and 963 Hz, removing the emotional baggage of ancestral trauma, and reclaiming the 7 lost fruits of the spirit one by one, the 12 tribes are refiring their internal pyramid networks. You are parting the matrix from within, stepping out of the inverted timeline, and walking back into your true, sovereign cosmic inheritance.